I'm Andy Sullivan. I'm from Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, and I've been here for a little over 3 decades now. I've ran businesses here, I've washed glasses, I've bussed tables. Now I'm raising my kids here. So I have a great deal invested in the area. And now, as of late, I see a lot of troubling things going on. Things that I think are hurting the community at large. Not only economically, but socially. And I really want to be someone out there who's fighting for the interests of the greater good of the business owners, of the hard-working people, and of the people that need our help. Come 2013, I'm going to be running for City Council. And as your councilman, I will fight for you. Now, back over a decade ago, I was there for the 9/11 attacks. And I was one of the first responders. And I had to deal with the aftermath that ensued. I lost loved ones, friends, and co-workers there. But most of all, the one thing I take away from it, I needed to get involved in what was going on and the way the government was handling this great nation of ours. I feel, even now, even at this stage, we still have the greatest system in the world. And it proves itself every now and then. And if you just look back, the emergence of the Tea Party, this was something I participated in. And I was one of the founding members of several Tea Parties right here in New York. Very proud of that. I was very proud when we flipped the House, in the House of Representatives. Something that hasn't been done like that in over 70 years. Also with the issues concerning what was going on down at Ground Zero. One of it was the rally to build Ground Zero. That was something that I spearheaded. I actually had to get all of the powers that be in one room and embarrass them and to stop this pissing contest between Silverstein and Chris Ward from the Port Authority and start working together to rebuild this crater of death. And what happened was great. You know, of course, I didn't get any credit for it, but you know what? I didn't care. Stuff was beginning to happen. And I felt, because I got the people involved and they stood behind me, that's why we have 3,500 construction workers down at Ground Zero right now working. And I'm lucky enough to be one of them. Also, another issue I tackled was the Khalid Sheikh Mohammed trials. I thought it was in the worst possible taste to bring this animal right down to New York City at the scene of the crime and put him on a world stage for the whole entire globe to watch him spew his hate. And of course, you know, every camera was going to be pointing right down at that crater of death that he was responsible for. I fought hard to get that man back to a military tribunal. And right now, that's where he still sits, at Gitmo, where he belongs. And if that wasn't enough, no sooner than did they bring up the fact that they wanted to build a mosque right down at the Ground Zero area. I couldn't have think of something more inappropriate. This would have sent a terrible message to our allies and to our enemies. And there was no way I was let them going to build on the ashes of our dead loved ones. And as it stands today, Sharif Al-Gamal is on the verge of getting kicked out of the Burlington Coat Factory. And for that, I began the 9/11 Hard Hat Pledge. That was when I gathered every construction worker and citizen to stand by the pledge. They will not contribute any work to destroying that building to build that mosque. But today it seems we have other enemies. And I fear it's our own government. And there's no one else to blame but ourselves. Because it's us who keep on voting the same people in there. If we don't punish these men and women who take our trust and use it for their own selfish gains, then we deserve everything we get. My fellow Americans and Brooklynites, I pledge to you, come 2013, I'll be running for City Council, and I will fight for what's right. You most certainly will have a voice in the way your local government treats you. I'm Andy Sullivan. God bless you and God bless America.